Take two. Sometimes I press the little record button and nothing, and my finger misses or something happens and blah blah blah, and then I look back 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later and I'm like, oh, it wasn't recording. So it is recording, and I'm gonna now condense everything that I just said because I don't like saying things over again. But I'm going out, I'm trying something new today. Energetically, I'm going to handle the day differently than I normally would. I'm looking for work. Again, the construction opportunity fell through. There was drinking and driving involved, and I had to literally remove myself from the vehicle, and I was just walking a couple miles. Had Andrea come pick me up. That was one indicator amongst many that it was not a great situation. So that wasn't correct. Something else is correct for this particular time and space, and I just have to go out and find it. So today I'm going to do this list until 4. I gotta be back here by 4 for a show. So I was doing tiling at the construction company. That was the main skill that I was learning. I learned other things too. I learned some framing, painting, electrical work, drywall, grout. I learned a lot of things, at least the mental capacity, and I was actually doing it as well. But so the to do things, one tiling opportunity, one barbering opportunity. I've been thinking about cutting hair. I think I would enjoy that. I know I would enjoy that. One tutoring academy. I'm a mental person, intelligent. I've always done well in school. I know there is a need for math tutors, and I was good at math, so that's a possibility. One Reiki person, so reach out to somebody in Fresno that does Reiki, find out what's up with that. One call to a friend, call till someone picks up. That's new for me. That's generally I isolate and I don't talk to anybody. So just reaching out and having a conversation with someone else, finding out how their life is going, and, you know, be a friend. We don't need to isolate forever, right? One chess video for Skillshare. I've been pushing toward all the chess things. I have my 10,000 hours in that game. I love the game. I'm titled level, skill. I do need to go actually perform well in over the board tournaments and get the title, but I want to teach. I want to interact with the local and the larger community. And there are blocks. There is fuckery. There is manipulation, of course, but none of that matters. We're all aware of that. One random Craigslist walk-in application. I don't know where I'm going to land. I have no clue at this moment in time where I'm going to land as far as work. Not a single clue. So I'm going to add one of those on. One, talk to manual barber. So I had this idea of being able to cut hair, right? I've thought about it. It's I would like it. You're directly interacting with humans in an intimate way, and you're helping them feel better. Like, as far as this place is concerned, getting a haircut is one of the most intimate things that you can receive here without social judgment or critique. There's not a lot of emotional history of abuse attached to getting a haircut. I'm sure it is somewhere, but we don't need to go into that possibility. So the last one is talk to manual. I went and talked to someone who had his own shop, and he was saying somebody was leaving, and there was a possibility for an apprenticeship there, but he was a bit standoffish. He sent me to someone else at this place called Lion's Den. This guy was named Miguel. I went and talked to him, and he's like, yeah, we can do this, but it's $4,500, and my money's like running out, so it's a bit of a crunch time for me. But Manuel did not answer my phone call or my text the day after when I was going to continue the things. So whether it's some sort of blocking happening energetically or otherwise, or whether it wasn't an energetic match, or whether there was something else going on behind the scenes, I have no clue. But it didn't make me feel good to leave that loose end, so I'm gonna go walk my ass back to there and find out from him, can we still do this? Can we not do this? And then if he says whatever, if he makes it up, fine. If he says, actually, the reason. If it's not to be, then fine, but I would like to tie that up. And I'm just gonna go do these things. It's probably gonna be a little bit daunting because it's so many different thought forms / experiences all packed into a small amount of time, and I might not be able to get to all of them, but I will do my best. And if I can't, then I will get back to it tomorrow. So wish me luck. You can't really wish me luck because by the time you see this, the day's already going to be done, but this energetic trend is going to continue. I have been wallowing in whatever that we wallow in here, and wishing that the money system didn't exist, and all these things, right? None of which allows us to eat or to have a place to stay or to support loved ones, etc., etc. So I'm working on that mental internal block that I've had, and just wish me good energy during this process. Hopefully I will. Oh, and also as I do these things, as I go and talk to people, I'm gonna do a short clip of what happened and how I felt about it. So there should be 8 clips that I'll have to tie together into some sort of an iMovie on the other box. I guess the other one's right here, but yeah, I'm excited though, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Okay, I'm actually amending one of the items on the list. I'm not going to go to manual today. I know I said I was doing that on the principle of the thing, and that is correct in principle, but there is a contingency with that possibility, and that is that I went to the bank the other day to try to get a $5,000 loan to help keep us afloat while I continue this job search, and they were like, we need pay stubs and this and that, and we need W-2s and we need this and that, and a lot of my work has been under the table, and they don't accept that. So that's not going to happen, and so I'm nixing that possibility, but I am going to go ahead and dive into all the other ones. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Peace. So this was the first one. There's no hours of operation, but I wanted to check this place out. They're closed. I'm gonna look it up on Google and see what their hours are. Tutoring Club is indeed opening in half an hour, so I'm gonna either sit in the car and do some research on the next possible places, or find the random place to apply at, because that's one of the things on the list that would hopefully be close. So the Tutoring Club just isn't open. It says online that they open at 11 a.m. and it says there's a paper on the window that says they're closed on such and so day and such and so day for blah blah blah, but none of those days are today. So I called them and left a message on the voicemail. On to the next. Place number 2, they're supposed to be open also. They're not. Okay, short break from wandering around and looking at locked doors. That's weird off the bat, I must say. It's odd. The place I just went to is sort of understandable because it's in like a really shitty part of Fresno. Bars are all over the windows, and you know, maybe that place gets a pass. The Tutoring Academy, it's in Clovis. Clovis is upscale Fresno, and there are signs on the door that say we're closed this day, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to the random place because that's on the list too. Random, we say we're hiring, so I'm gonna go look into a warehouse position. It says it's $13 to $14 an hour, and then they're hiring 20 people for next week. So that's gonna be the random one. I don't really care what kind of work it is. I'm not by the book qualified for much of anything, although fully capable of doing almost everything. But as you know, that's how the realm is. Image over quality. So Anyway, I wanted to insert into the midst of this process that I'm doing today. I've had the idea many times and many variations of offering some sort of program for you guys and girls. Something that there is a small fee involved, some small monthly fee, and it's like a self-work academy / community academy / interdimensional guidance system for this realm. It's everything that I am on the channel, but it would be wrapped up into a bit more of a structured offering for anybody who would be interested in participating in that. And I would, of course, if enough people give their assent that they would like to, ASSENT, of course, that they would like to be involved in something like that, please leave a comment below this video, and I will look into creating something like that, because that would be very helpful for me to have some income while I'm looking for work, and at the same time it would be good for everybody involved. Like, this community, this whatever you want to call it, I don't want to put labels, but whatever this community is, it does need some guidance and some semblance of group consciousness as far as what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, because most of us are just fucking isolated. That's the bare bones fact. Most of us are isolated, and the sort of normies appear strange to us, and it's hard to communicate with them. So I know it would be helpful, and I just would like to get a bit of a head count for how many people would be interested in doing that, and what do you think would be a fair price to be participating in something like that. I was thinking like $20 a month, and if I could get, 10 to 20 people, then that would make it worth it for me to have side income, and I would be able to devote a lot of my time to my creative things rather than running around looking for NPC jobs. So let me know about that one. I'll be back right after this to your guys' time perception to let you know about this warehouse thing. Hopefully their doors aren't locked too. Alright. Okay, so this one, something actually happened as opposed to the doors being locked. Excuse me. Sorry. It's a warehouse position for this company Volt, which most of you probably heard of. The little itty bitty electric. Sorry about that. My car turned on. I can't be making a video when I'm turning my car on. It turns off the video. So, it's Volt, and I was trying to be a very judgmental person and say, judging by the crowd that was applying for the positions, it's a stupid assertion to make, though, because the rationale that like makes things move here is different than that. But I should stop being a judgy. But anyway, the application is going fine. I just have to get to a computer and fill out some more forms, and then call the recruiting person back, and so this is a possibility. I also sent a text to somebody that says they're looking for a machine operator, so like CNC stuff, I think. It's about the same pay. They said no experience required, and I texted them and said I'd like an interview, so they did text back and they asked for my name, so that's a possibility. We'll let you know what the next thing that happens is. Okay, so I'm still in the same parking lot of the Volt place, and let myself get sucked into some chess playing. Not a good idea. The plan, the original initial plan was to just knock these things out. Pop, pop, pop. And no expectations as to what comes out of it. Just get it done. And I did. Okay, I got a good 3 of them done, or 3 attempts at least. So I had the tutoring place that I went to, doors were locked. Barbering apprenticeship, doors were locked. Volt warehouse person, I did everything and everything was fine, and she said, go home, find a computer, and you have to have a computer to finish this part of the application process. And then so I hit some sort of a roadblock after that. And the reason being is because I also have on my list tiling, so for construction, and internally I have some turmoil about the whole construction idea because of the experience I had with the guy I was working with. And if I go into construction, that's going to bring, if I go even to apply, that's going to bring all that stuff up, and they're going to ask, you know, who'd you work for, who'd you work with, and there's going to be issues about discussing that. I think that's causing the uncomfortable, or the bit of roadblock that I'm having right now. So I'm not sure about the construction part. I'm not sure if I want to pursue that aspect or not. I think that's what the feeling is bringing up, because a lot of times when I do something, right, when I have an idea and I'm like, I'm gonna do this thing, I just write down a whole bunch of shit and try to do everything at once, and try to do it all mentally and internally all at once, and that of course gets overwhelming, and then I freeze and shut down and I have to go do something else, or just stop doing whatever the idea was. So I don't really wish that to happen. So I'm going to instead of stressing about that, I'm going to do one of the other items on my list. I think I only have 2 left, aside from make a chess video for Skillshare. Aside from that, which I have to be at home to do, I have 2 more, I think, and one of those is call a friend. I don't know who I'm going to call. It may be one of you, it may not. I don't know. But if so, then you made it into my video before I called you. There's that one, and there's also reach out to a Reiki person. So I should do one of those 2 things before I decide if I'm gonna find a construction place to ask about tiling or whatever, because that will help me get past this little roadblock that I'm having. So I got done with my phone a friend. I called Steven at first, but he's at work apparently. So I ended up calling Ashley Aurora, and we had a good chat about money, and she's kind of going through the same thing that we are right now. So as far as refiguring out the money situation and not constantly subjecting yourself to torture in terms of money, and actually getting the substance to work for you, or the energy to work for you rather than against you. So that was a good conversation. I did grocery shopping at the 99-cent store. And I think I'm pretty much done. I've done almost everything on the list. The only thing I haven't done is reach out to a construction company. I'm still not 100% sure if I even want that opportunity on the table, but I might do that tomorrow. The only other thing left to do is to reach out to a Reiki practitioner in Fresno and see if we can arrange a trade, or maybe a donation session until I find more monies. So that's where it stands for now. Okay, I'm done. I'm done for the day. The last thing on the list I wasn't able to get to, so I didn't do 2 things on the list. I didn't do excuse me. I didn't go to a construction place and talk about tiling or just work in general, because I had an adverse body reaction to the thought of doing that, because I already mentioned why. So that may or may not happen in the upcoming days. But the other one that I didn't do was talk to the guy with the palm tree tattoo on his face. Andrea gave a ride to somebody in town that worked for some trench digging company or something, and he's like, that we're always hiring, or he seemed to act like they would have work. I don't know if I would be qualified to work at a place where people have tattoos on their face, but maybe. So that's that. I just have to fill out information for Volt, the warehouse position. They sent an onboarding email, so I mean, she was talking about drug testing and what do you call it? Background check. So maybe that's what it's gonna be for now. I'm not sure. Anyway, I will. Let me know what you guys think of this whole idea. It was good. I mean, it's like almost 3 o'clock. I have the show at 4. I did most everything that I wanted to do, even though 2 of the places that I went to, just the doors were locked, which is very strange. But I did. I'm making steps, and we'll arrive somewhere at some point. So, till we meet again. Peace! Okay, not quite done. I was supposed to make a clip on every single piece of the list that I completed. I just called this place called the Energy Flows. There aren't very many places that advertise that they do Reiki in Fresno. There are a couple more besides this one, but I reached out to this woman or girl named Jessica from the Energy Flows, and she didn't answer, but I left her a message. So hopefully I can get a session with her and look into Reiki possibilities and see what the market looks like in Fresno and whatnot. The other thing I have to do on my list is make a chess teaching video for Skillshare, which is a place where you can monetize teaching videos. There's other ones where it's like Udemy, and there's teachable.com or something. I don't know. There are lots of different ways to do this thing that I'm trying to do. That I'm actually doing. I am doing it. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Anyway. Peace! Okay. Volt is not the car. Volt is a temp agency, or like a staffing agency. So, just to clear that up. Well, supposed to be having a guest right now. She's not here, so I think this is giving me more time to work on this. So, Rebecca, whatever happened to cause you to not be able to make this, I'm sure you will send me a notification at some point. Either that or I have it wrong. That's also a possibility. Timing or time zones or whatever. In any case, I wanted to add to the attempts for today. Not the attempts. There's no such thing as try. There's only do. So, there was another job opportunity for like a machinist, like CNC work. I think that's what it's called. Like metal fabricating. And so I text that person and said I would like to do an interview. And she's from some staffing agency somewhere else. They're not in California, but she was very friendly, and she basically got me an interview for tomorrow. So I have an interview tomorrow at 6:30, 7:30. Make sure you're wearing your work boots, work pants, and a clean shirt. Have all your gear with you for that quick job the shop manager will have you do, like we talked about. So she wanted to make sure that I wasn't just a dumbass, that I was at least a semi-skilled dumbass who can have some small amount of hand-eye motor coordination. So yeah, that's another possibility for today, adding on to the end. And so yeah, I'm done for the day. And I'm going to work on my Skillshare chess video. So we're working on the life, getting our shit together. Anyone who wants to jump on board, and we can put all of our shit in a big pile. Anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into Gary's movements toward employment, and leave any insights and thoughts in the comment thingamajiggers, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.